Ken Trahan with Lenny Vangilder for SportsNola.com. The football weekend arrives early as LSU goes to Starkville, and they do what they always do. They beat Mississippi State. Hard-fought game, win it 19-6. Lenny, this was another really good performance by LSU. They were in a real battle in the third quarter, but they got the one drive they needed, and they did it throwing the ball, taking advantage of man-to-man matchups, which was there all day. But still, I can't fault the way they played this game on the road.
Oh, no question about it. They certainly a grinded-out effort, and this is the kind of game we can expect to see out of LSU. This is a team that's going to run the ball between the tackles. They're going to pass it a little bit. Jarrett Lee, when he was asked to throw the ball last night, did a very nice job. Even the one interception didn't seem to be his fault. It looked like Ruben Randall ran the wrong route on the play. But, of course, we'll leave that to the coaches to tell us later. Defense, what else can you say? I mean, this may be the fastest college defensive unit I have ever seen. I mean, they are simply, to the ball. You cannot run east and west on this team. They will run you down.
You look at what Lee's done in his last two games, albeit against Northwestern State, to go along with Mississippi State. He's completed 81% of his passes, 30 for 37. His streak of 131 passes without an interception ends, but as Lenny alluded to, a broken route probably responsible for that. Defensively, LSU allowed no yards in the second half net until the final drive of the game, which was meaningless. LSU to West Virginia next in another huge game, and if the Tigers can win that one, it clearly sets them up to be in the national championship spotlight with a game at Tuscaloosa down the road looming large. Tulane goes to UAB, and Lenny, Tulane hasn't played them in a couple of years. They had a very disappointing performance last week. This is one of those on the calendar you circle and say, we've got to win this one.
Well, I think you could say that, and of course the players, and I had a chance to talk to Desmond Moses earlier this week, and they talk about the whole one game at a time thing, but I don't think there's any doubt that Bob Toledo and his staff have to look at this 3-game road trip coming up here collectively and realize we've got to get 2 out of 3, if not 3 out of 3 on the road here. You've got UAB, who is not one of the 4 or 5 best teams in Conference USA like Tulsa was. Then you've got Duke, and then you've got Army. You've got a realistic chance, if you are what you say you are, of getting 2, if not all 3 of these games and putting yourself in a position to maybe be a bowl team.
And then, of course, injuries are an issue. Tulane with secondary problems. Their offensive line play has to improve. Bob Toledo making some moves along that offensive line to try to make that happen.